Welcome back to the 888 Poker Weber Cup. 10 pins is the difference in this crucial doubles match at the start of session 2, and USA captain Chris Barnes is next up in the 8th frame. No, he doesn't like it, and that's why. Took a little step to the left and never got it out wide enough to get to the pocket, so got too much of the head pin.
Yeah, just a little bit inside his mind. Doesn't quite get out there, and overreaction in the back end. Straight to the face of the #1 pin. And he's very disappointed because they had a string of strikes going. It's now come to the end.
But that means Team Europe once again handed an opportunity. And two things upsetting Chris Barnes: his delivery, but the fact that the man that just can't miss at the moment, Tommy Jones, has to do that. Just bowl for the single pin.
That's the rules. It's the name of the game, and they both know that.
Close one, this one. Mighty close.
It certainly will be if Mika Koivuniemi can step up and get another strike here.
There's your two maximums. Nothing in it, really. That's just a minor mistake between those two teams. And Williams and Koivuniemi will be hoping to guard against that. So Mika has been forced to make some adjustments, and he's done that well. He's found a strike line again. And that one stays out and wide. And as soon as it comes back, it disappears again.
I kind of think that Mika moved a little bit left there on the approach to try and open up this lane a little bit further, give himself some more angle. Gets to the outside of the lane. At that point, it's okay, but it just carries on, doesn't it? It doesn't back up into the pocket. And it leaves the 2 and the 8 pin, which is a tricky little spare that Stuart Williams now has to make. And you can see that Mika is pretty angry with himself.
That is very well done from Stuart Williams. Not easy to get that sleeper pin out of the way. That's the pin that's just tucked in behind the first.
Yes, it's certainly not the easiest spare in the world. And so the situation is that it's just 11 pins in this one in favour of USA at this particular time. And already we're up to the foundation frame, frame number 9.
Now then, Chris Barnes, if he hits his strike here, it means that Tommy Jones steps up to finish this one off, and that's just about as good as it can get for the USA at the moment.
Perfect combination, yes, you're right, Simon. If TJ gets up in the 10th, we can almost expect 3 strikes.
Nervy stuff, though. Both players jumping about in their seats at the moment for Team USA, so they know this one isn't over. But Mika Koivuniemi has to make sure it isn't over by making the strike here. There's our Team USA Appreciation Society fans. Numbers have dwindled a little since last year, but I think they've got an extra recruit today. Managed to boost it to 3, but they're being outshouted comfortably at the moment by this Barnsley crowd in favour of the Blues.
I actually only counted 2 of them, Simon, but there you go. Mika looking for 10.
Doesn't get it, and that's trouble for Team Europe.
I'm afraid that could be the end of the game. Stuart has to stand up and spare, but Tommy Jones will be standing up in frame 10 just to try and finish this one off. And another point for the USA.
So to get that 225 maximum, Stuart Williams has to make this spare. And then Mika will have to come up and shoot 3 strikes, and that looks highly unlikely. And even if they do that, if Tommy Jones can strike off from here, there's nothing Team Europe can do about this point. It will have gone. And that Baker game point now starting to look, well, valuable.
Every point is valuable, Simon, and this one as much as any, of course. Tommy Jones, we expect to get a strike, and of course it may have been my fault, but if Tommy Jones strikes on the first ball in the 10th, it must be Chris Barnes to take over for the next ball as they alternate. So it could be Jones, Barnes, Jones if they shoot 3.
Yeah, good call on that one, Cass. Scotch doubles, a format you really don't see that often, if at all, really, at this level. Tommy Jones with a long, hard glare. There you go. There's 3, Cass, surely. I think we got some American fans in.
Yes, it's Chris Barnes, the captain, who has to step up. Second ball in the 10th frame, looking for another strike. 247 maximum.
Will Barnes throw Team Europe a lifeline? Oh, between him and Tommy, it was Chris Barnes that looked like he may miss, but he's managed to get all 10 down there. Not his most convincing strike, but he'll take it, which means Tommy Jones can basically shut Team Europe out here.
8 strikes so far for Team USA, and they've actually played a very good game here.
Yeah, Chris saying 5 points, Team USA. And I think he can be confident with that prediction. Jones then to finish it off. And as if it were ever in doubt, heading into this 10th frame, that's another point for Team USA. Certainly not guaranteed. That lead swung back and forth throughout this Scotch doubles. But unfortunately for Team Europe, Mika Koivuniemi missing a couple of big shots at crucial times.
Yes, Team USA finished in absolute perfect style. Strikes in frame 9 and then 3 in the 10th. Really put the pressure on and slowed the game up. And unfortunately, Mika is just playing for pennies at the moment.
He's not happy, that's for sure.
Well, Team Europe are going to go through the 200 barrier, but unfortunately that's not enough. Big, huge 247 game from USA. Just about sewn this one up. a bit of showmanship from Stuart Williams, but I think that reflects the mood of Team Europe right now. Not happy about losing that Scotch doubles when they were presented with a couple of cast iron opportunities to take the point. And Chris Barnes and Tommy Jones bring it home for Team USA. 247 plays 203. It's another point in the bank for the Americans. So another result goes on the board in Weber Cup 13, and it's a positive one for Team USA. They take that Scotch doubles to make it 5-3. Tony Wrighton is with Jones and Barnes.
Thank you. Yes, Chris, that was an important point, wasn't it? And Team Europe really came out firing in this session.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a great crowd here tonight, but our job is to try and keep them quiet and on their hands a little bit. So I get to bowl with the best partner on this lane. So I just had to stay out of his way a little bit.
Tommy, you're actually up next as well. That's 3 games in a row, but you're enjoying conditions at the moment, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I've said many times, I enjoy the environment, I enjoy the people here. We have a great time, and I'm looking forward to another good match against Stu.
Chris, were you surprised by how fired up Europe were today? Because there were some big celebrations and they were really trying to get the crowd animated, weren't they?
No, not surprised at all. We've been in the same position a few times, down 2 points coming in that first Baker game. If you get down 3, the other teams are too talented, and it's awfully hard to fight back. That first point was really important for them, and we knew on our side it would be pretty important for us to get out in the lead. They bowled a much better game.
But in that game, you guys both looked really strong, so congratulations. Another point for Team USA. Well done. There you go, another crucial point for Team USA. Can the Europeans fight back? Find out next time.